Every day, each one of us is faced with a lot of little choices. Which brand of toothpaste to use? What color underwear? Which shoes to wear? Which cat to pet first? Which brand of yogurt to pack as a snack for lunch? But the fact of the matter is, the choices we make from day to day don't really mean that much. They have less of an impact on how the rest of our lives are going to go, and they say more about who we are as people, our values, what's important to us. The same can be said of video production. There are a lot of choices to be made. What camera should you use? What lighting? What video editing software should you use in post-production? But perhaps one of the more important decisions before even choosing the camera that you're going to shoot with is which lens. Which piece of glass are you going to choose to shoot whatever project you're setting out to do? Hey everybody, Dylan here. Welcome back to another video. It's good to see you again. As you probably already guessed, the topic I'm going to be covering today is which lens should you choose, specifically when faced with a choice between two similar lenses belonging to two very well-known categories of glass from the world's largest independent manufacturer of camera lenses, Sigma. Sigma was nice enough to let me try out their Art Series 24-70 f2.8 and their Contemporary Series 28-70 f2.8, and today I'm going to talk to you about my experience with shooting with both of those and share some insights. We'll talk about the lenses themselves, their specs and overall build quality. I'll show you some sample footage from each like I usually do, and see if you can really tell the difference in terms of image quality between these two, because that's what you really want to know about, right? That's the question you want answered. Does one of these lenses have an edge in terms of image quality over the other? Which one should you go spend your money on? Well, I'm going to tell you what I found out in the short time I was able to use them, and hopefully give you some answers to those questions, at least my own personal insights. Hopefully that can help you make your own decision, and at the end of all that, I'll let you in on what my choice would be if I had to choose between the two. First off, a little bit about the lenses themselves. The Art Series 24-70 f2.8 released in late 2019 and the Contemporary Series 28-70 f2.8 released in early 2021 are Sigma's flagship mid-range zoom lenses in each of their respective categories. If you're familiar with Sigma even a little bit, then you're probably familiar with the Art Series, which by now has pretty much become synonymous with best-in-class image quality and construction, but is typically on the pricey side. You may not be as familiar, or at least I wasn't until I was given a chance to review some of their primes a few months back, with Sigma's Contemporary line of glass, which is their more practical and affordable line of lenses that still provide great image quality and performance, albeit in a smaller, more compact package. In comparing these two, we see that the Art Series 24-70 is the more expensive of the two, coming in at just under $1,100, versus the Contemporary Series 28-70, which you can pick up for around $900. You do have to consider that with the Art Series, you're getting that extra 4mm of range on the wide end. With that 4mm, you're kind of riding the line between wide and ultra wide, so it kind of justifies the price difference, but that being said, there is a significant price difference between the two. The 24-70 is also the heavier of the two lenses, coming in at 29.5 ounces for the L-mount version versus just over 16.5 ounces for the 28-70. Now for me, a heavier lens can be either a good or a bad thing depending on which camera I'm using and what situation I'm using that lens in. If I'm shooting in a professional situation, I tend to like a beefier or more substantial camera system, and a heavier lens goes a long way in helping with that. But if I'm out on vacation or on a casual day out and about, I tend to like to travel light, especially when I'm using a smaller camera. I'm running around with the Sigma FP a lot these days. When attached to the Sigma FP, the Contemporary lens looks like it goes with that camera. You know, the Art Series on a small mirrorless body like that is just too big. It won't even sit up straight. So the Contemporary lens in this case wins in terms of usability for me. Now let's get to the good stuff and talk about image quality. In all honesty, the footage from these two lenses looks pretty much identical. I struggle to find even minor differences worth talking about that would separate these two lenses in any way when it comes to image quality and overall performance. In some cases, I feel like the Art Series maybe felt a little bit sharper and felt like the Contemporary Series maybe rendered colors a little differently straight out of the box, but you know, I'm nitpicking here. You really can't tell the difference between these two lenses. It's very hard. Now, it wasn't surprising to me that these two lenses were pretty much identical in terms of visual performance for the reasons that we started talking about at the very beginning of this video. A lot of choices we have in the video production space, which lens, which camera, which lighting, they matter very little. What matters is what you do with them, right? They're all tools at the end of the day, and we use them to achieve a desired result. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, which lens you choose doesn't matter in every case, because that's obviously not true. There are lenses out there that cost much more, and in some cases cost less, that will produce drastically different results than what we're seeing here. But those aren't the lenses we're talking about. Right now, we're talking about two very similar lenses in a very similar price range, and in cases like this, we're really just splitting hairs hairs if we try to decide which lens is better than the other one. I mean, look at this shot. If I had to guess which lens was which between these two, I'd be doing just that guessing. And if you have to guess, the only question that remains, which is usually the only important question anyway, is which one is right for me. I'm choosing the contemporary lens because it fits perfectly with my Sigma FP. It goes with my day-to-day lifestyle and kind of where I'm leaning in terms of what I like to shoot and how I like to shoot these days. I think the art series lens has a slight edge in terms of sharpness over the contemporary, but it's so minimal that I'm willing to give up that edge in favor of a cheaper, lighter, more versatile lens for me. I will be missing that extra 4mm of range on the wide end though. So it's contemporary for me, but the art series lens could be just as good a choice, if not better, if it's right for your price point and your situation. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Big thanks to Sigma for providing the lenses, enabling me to do this review. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more of me and more videos like this. But you know what helps me out even more than liking and subscribing is watching another video. So when the two videos come up at the end of this, why not click on one? Chances are if you enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy the next one, so why not take a chance? All right, that's it for me. Until next time, keep watching, keep engaging, keep creating, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.